You've been told your body is perfectly evolved. Every ache, every allergy, every time you avoid the sun, that's just the cost of being human. But here's what nobody mentions. You're the only animal that sunburns. Lions don't. Zebras don't. Chimpanzees don't. Your own species is the only one that burns under your planet's primary energy source. And once you see that pattern, you start to notice it everywhere. In your spine, in your allergies, in the fact that giving birth can still kill you. Your body didn't evolve for Earth, it's at war with it. You assume your body evolved here. That assumption is wrong. Humans display a constellation of maladaptations that cluster together in no other primate. Sunburn, chronic back pain, allergic immune responses, lethal childbirth. Individually, each could be dismissed as variation. Together, they suggest something else entirely. In 2023, a neuroscientist named Cedric Boaks made a discovery that reframes everything. Your brain didn't evolve at the speed evolution usually allows. It accelerated 3 times faster than any other primate. And the mutations driving it look almost designed. Why would a species this poorly adapted to its home planet still be here? And what does the speed of your brain expansion actually tell us about where you came from? Let's start with the simplest maladaptation, the sun. Every other primate has melanin density that protects them from UV radiation. Chimpanzees, gorillas, bonobos, none of them burn. Lions hunt in the Serengeti for 20 years without sunburn. Dolphins spend their entire lives in direct tropical sunlight. But you? 10 minutes of unfiltered sun on pale skin, and you're red. An hour, and you're blistered. A day, and you've got sun poisoning that your body treats like trauma. If you evolved on the African savanna, you should have the same melanin as every other primate that evolved there. You don't. Your skin is designed for a different light environment entirely. This isn't individual weakness. This is species-level incompatibility. You are literally allergic to a fundamental property of your home planet. Every time you avoid the sun, every time you slather yourself in chemical barrier, your body is telling you, I was not made for this world. But here's what sunburn is really telling you. If this is maladaptation at the surface, what about your literal frame? When hominids shifted to bipedalism 2 million years ago, the spine adapted. Sort of. The problem, your vertebral column was engineered for quadrupedal motion. When you stood up, you didn't evolve a new spine, you repurposed an old one. The L5 to S1 junction, the lowest point of your spine where it meets your sacrum, now bears cumulative trauma every single day. Every step, every sit, every bend. 80% of humans will experience severe back pain at some point in life. Chimpanzees, bonobos, they don't get back pain. Their spines are stable. Yours is a compromise that breaks, and it's not recent. Paleontologists find evidence of degenerative disc disease in skeletons from hundreds of thousands of years ago. Your ancestors were suffering the same pain you suffer now. Your spine isn't evolving to solve the problem. It's still failing, still breaking, still trapping nerve endings. After 2 million years of bipedalism, humans haven't developed a stable spine for upright walking. That's not variation. That's a fundamental design flaw. Evidence that your body was never meant to stand this way. And it's not just your frame that's rejecting Earth, it's your immune system. The thing that should protect you from the planet. Instead, it's attacking it. Your immune system is supposed to distinguish between threat and harmless. It's failing, but not randomly. Hay fever affects 10 to 30% of modern humans. But before 1800, it was rare. Why? Because your immune system is miscalibrated for Earth's biodiversity. When you breathe pollen, your body mounts an IgE-mediated response, the same response it uses to fight parasites and pathogens. Your eyes water, your sinuses swell. You're mounting a full-scale inflammatory attack on a plant's reproductive material. And it's not just pollen. Tree nuts trigger anaphylaxis in millions. Shellfish, dairy, gluten. Foods that humans have eaten for thousands of years suddenly trigger immune overreaction. Your body is attacking Earth's ecology, and increasingly it's attacking itself. You're not weak, you're displaced. Your immune system was calibrated for a different ecosystem entirely. When you encounter Earth's actual flora and fauna, your body recognizes it as foreign, not because you're sensitive, but because you're fundamentally mismatched to this environment. But here's what's most revealing. We know exactly what happens to human biology when you remove it from Earth. Astronauts show us. Spaceflight is a controlled experiment. It removes humans from Earth's specific conditions: gravity, radiation protection, atmospheric pressure, magnetic field. What happens? In March 2019, NASA reported that latent viruses activate during space missions. Viruses that should stay dormant, herpes simplex, varicella zoster, Epstein-Barr, suddenly reactivate in astronauts' bloodstreams. Their T cells lose reproductive function. Their immune defenses collapse. Bone density drops 1 to 2% per month in space. Muscle atrophies at 20% per week, 5 times faster than bed rest. But the immune system breakdown is most revealing. Your white blood cells become less effective within days. In weeks, astronauts' bodies are aging faster than normal aging. Their cellular defenses are failing. Latent infections are emerging. NASA scientists found that galactic cosmic radiation damages bone marrow stem cells, reducing immune cell production. But that alone doesn't explain the speed of breakdown. Your immune system isn't just weakening, it's incompatible with non-Earth environments. You're not a human. You're an Earth human. Remove you from Earth-specific parameters and within weeks your body begins to fail. You don't belong in space. You barely belong anywhere except one specific planet. You are so deeply, fundamentally adapted to Earth that leaving it causes accelerated aging and immunodeficiency. You are not universal. You are Earth-specific to the point of fragility. And that fragility answers one question and raises another. What was the original design? Because there's one maladaptation humanity has never solved, one that's still killing women. The obstetric dilemma, evolution's unsolved problem. Dolphins give birth safely. Whales give birth safely. Elephants, which are smarter than you with larger brains, give birth safely. Bonobos give birth without medical intervention. But human women? Every pregnancy is high risk. Every birth is a potential death sentence. Why? Your infant's head grew too large for the birth canal. Not gradually, fast. Your brain tripled in size over 2 million years, but your pelvic bone didn't widen proportionally. So now, the baby's skull is too big. The birth canal is too narrow, and women have died from this for hundreds of thousands of years through pregnancy complications, through obstetric fistula, through simple mechanical failure. We treat this as normal. That's just childbirth. No, that's a species-level design flaw. Maternal mortality in humans is dramatically higher than in any other primate, even accounting for modern medicine and infection. Women die from giving birth because their bodies are incompatible with their offspring. We've normalized something that should be impossible: reproduction that is life-threatening. No amount of cultural adaptation, no amount of modern medicine has solved the fact that human pregnancy is dangerous in a way that is unique to our species. Your body didn't evolve for this. Childbirth proves it. So we have a pattern: sunburn, spinal instability, immune dysregulation, incompatibility with space, and lethal reproduction. These aren't random glitches, these are symptoms. And in 2023, a neuroscientist found something that might explain all of them. You walk into a room and you're uncomfortable. The light is wrong. Your back hurts. You're allergic to something in the air. You feel fundamentally out of place. We call this anxiety. We call it sensitivity. We treat it as a personal failing, but what if it's not? What if your body knows something your mind hasn't accepted yet? Here's what nobody talks about: the speed of human intelligence. It's not just fast, it's impossible. And the man who discovered DNA structure figured out why. In 1973, Francis Crick, Nobel laureate, co-discoverer of the DNA double helix, published a book called Life Itself. In it, he proposed a hypothesis that remained untestable for 50 years: directed panspermia. The idea that intelligent life deliberately seeded Earth with genetic material. Crick wasn't being mystical. He was looking at numbers. The speed of abiogenesis on Earth doesn't match the timeline we'd expect. The complexity gap between chemistry and biology is too large. And then he looked at human intelligence, your brain. In 2023, neuroscientist Cedric Bucks analyzed neocortex expansion across human evolution. What he found? The human neocortex expanded at a rate 3 times faster than any other primate on record. Not twice as fast, 3 times. Over just 2 million years, your brain's information processing center tripled.
That speed violates evolutionary models. Standard mutation rates don't produce this. Folks found that regulatory gene mutations, the switches that control how genes are expressed, appear almost engineered in their precision. These aren't random mutations, they're targeted modifications.
Now connect this to everything else. Your sunburned skin, your failing spine, your immune attacks against Earth's own ecology. These are all symptoms of the same displacement. But your brain is accelerating at an impossible rate, driven by mutations that look designed. You have an ape body and a rapidly expanding brain optimized for a different environment. You're not broken. You're caught between 2 worlds. Retaining the biology of a terrestrial primate while developing the neurology of something else. Your maladaptations aren't glitches. They're signatures of displacement. Every time you look in a mirror in dim light, your face becomes momentarily unrecognizable. Not because of the lighting, because your brain doesn't fully accept what it's looking at as itself. On some neurological level, you don't recognize your own face as home. You swallow 1.5 quarts of mucus every day, 5 times more than other primates. Your body is constantly, desperately trying to filter an environment it was never designed to process. Women die from giving birth because your head is too large. Children die from allergic reactions to foods that should be safe. You burn under the sun that should be your source of life. You're not sick. You're not weak. You're not having an existential crisis because of social media or capitalism. You're having an existential crisis because, on some level, your biology recognizes that this isn't where you're from. The sunburn wasn't a hint. The back pain wasn't weakness. The allergies weren't sensitivity. The immune collapse in space wasn't fragility. The lethal pregnancies weren't nature's cruelty. They were all the same message. You don't belong here. But here's the thing. The mice in the lab didn't have a choice. They were trapped. We still do. Once you see the pattern, you have to ask, am I broken or am I displaced? The difference changes everything. You're not from here. And maybe it's time to stop pretending you are.